if we can bring the meeting to order. We're here today to do our confirmations, board confirmations. We have about 10 of those that we're going to move through this morning. If you will, if you are here in person today and when your name is called, if you will come and take the seat at the end with the microphone, that would be wonderful. Okay. Our first one this morning will be John Peter McWright. His position, Community College Board, representing the 2nd Congressional District, appointed by Governor Tate Reeves for a 6-year term beginning July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2027. We have received, if you all want to look in your packets, we have received our background checks, looking at through everything I don't have any questions at this time, but as I understand, he is not here today. Happy to answer any questions that any of the committee might have. If not, is anyone here to speak on his behalf? Okay, do I hear a motion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Adopted. It will now go to consideration of the full Senate. Next, Luke Crane Montgomery. His position, Mississippi Community College Board, representing the 1st Congressional District, appointed by Governor Tate Reeves for a 6-year term beginning July 1, 2021, ending June 30th, 2027. Luke is not here today. Is there anyone here to speak on his behalf? Okay.
I will speak on Mr. Montgomery's behalf. I know Luke, went to college with him, have a good friend of mine who has been active not only in his profession, but North Mississippi and active in the community college system. And I do think, I know he's been enjoying working with the junior college board and the community college board. And I think he would continue to do a great job serving that capacity. My motion at the proper time would be we do advise and consent.
Thank you, Senator Harkins. Any questions from anyone? If not, I've heard a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Our next candidate, William Poe Sims. I'd like to take the next two up in block, SN 20, 20, and 21. Mr. Sims. He is present today. So the position is the Community College Board, representing the 5th Congressional District, appointed by Governor Tate Reeves for a 6th term beginning July 1 through 2021, ending June 30th, 2027. You will find attached a background check and all the information in the packet. I want to thank you for your service, Mr. Sims. Thank you for being here today. Just a couple of questions, if you would. If you could tell the committee a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I was born in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Went to Gulfport High School, graduated, went to Southern Miss, graduated, played football there from 92 to 96, went to Mississippi School of Law, graduated there, and then returned back to the coast. And I've been practicing law there since 2000. I'm now have my own firm for the past 6 years. It's now Sims and Estes. And obviously, I have a lot of family members who have participated in the junior college system. 3 siblings. My mother taught there once upon a time, and my wife went there one time. So I know the importance of it, and very honored to be able to come before you now and have the opportunity to serve in that capacity.
Thank you, Mr. Sims. I guess one of my next questions would be why, and I know you answered that just a little bit, speaking to being, attending the colleges and things of that nature. But why would you like to serve on a board, and what makes it important to you?
Well, I think, like I said, I have some family history and the importance of obviously the colleges and the role in the communities. And I think that is probably the main reason, that experience, as well as the continuing role they play, and especially with the high schools now that there's some programs. I know my daughter's looking to take advantage of the middle college to provide them up to 2 years of experience. So they get associate's degree when they come out and they get out there. I think that's an invaluable program. So being a part of that and being a part of the other great things that community colleges do in the state of Mississippi, I look forward to being a part of that.
Thank you. Committee members, do you have any questions? Yes, Senator Pope.
Thank you for being here today. I have just one or two questions. I understand that you have some environmental experience and possibly landscape experience.
I have helped some people before landscaping. I did take environmental law when I was in law school many moons ago. But Sean Tyndall, I helped landscape his. He may still be here if you scoot out. Helped do his patio, but I claim no warranty on that workmanship.
Well, I understand back about 1995, maybe you helped cut down some palm trees and redecorate your fraternity's lawn. Is that possible?
That was a rumor, and I think the statute of limitations may have run on that.
Thank you.
I took a lot of hits playing football. I don't have any memory of that.
Any other questions from the committee? Just one other quick thing. As I have looked out in the crowd, I did notice that we did have the Director of Mississippi Highway Patrol and Safety here today. And I was just wondering if you felt, intimidated. Is there some reason that you needed the security today detail or?
No, he's been following me around my entire life. I can't shake him. But I'm sure he has glowing remarks for me.
Well, is there anyone here to speak on your behalf? We can go ahead and, ask for that today, and I believe there is.
He's standing up. He has a mission. I don't know if he's speaking on my behalf or not.
I will say, obviously, I've questioned the governor's wisdom in at least one of his appointments that he made to run an agency. But when it comes to Will, I've known this guy my whole life. I have been following him around because I learned really quick if you're getting your butt kicked at school, it's good to get the biggest guy in the class to follow around. But he's never done anything halfway. And when he does something, he does it 100%. And he's done that his whole life. He's going to do a great job for the community college board because he's going to tackle that with the same zeal that he does everything else. So I would appreciate y'all's consideration of him. He's one of my dearest and longest friends that I've had. And he's doing a great job.
Thank you, Mr. Tyndall. Do I hear a motion?
Awesome consent.
All in favor? Any opposed? Adopted. We'll now go consideration for the full Senate. Thank you, sir, and thank you for your service. Moving to our next, we have Omela Cummings.
Yes, I'm here, and I apologize. The video is not working. I'm sorry.
No problem. So she's being appointed to the Fulton Board of Trustees in the Institution of Higher Learning to represent the 3rd Supreme Court District. The appointment is for a 9-year term immediately ending May 8th, 2030. This appointment is subject to advise and consent of the Senate. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Just a couple of questions, if you will. Can you tell the committee a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Went to high school in Fulton, Mississippi, then received my bachelor's, master's, and doctorate from the University of Mississippi. And I currently work in healthcare, responsible for strategy, health equity, and inclusion.
Can you also tell the committee a little bit why you would want to serve on the board?
Oh, absolutely. It's a perfect alignment with who I am and then with what I do as well, because education is such an important part of health. It's such an important part of our life, period. And so it's just a great way to do what I believe is my own personal mission related to education. Again, evidenced by how many times I've been in school and just love the idea of school, to really help in any way that we can as a board to help students who are interested in pursuing their degree and then providing the infrastructure to help them do that in a very systematic way.
Does anyone on the committee have a question for Ms. Cummings? Again, thank you, Ms. Cummings, for joining us today. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day and being so willing to serve in this capacity. Do I hear a
Thank you
motion?
again.
All in favor? Any opposed? Adopted. It will now go on for consideration of the full Senate. Moving to Teresa Yvonne Hubbard. Ms. Hubbard is of Oxford Board of Trustees, Institution of Higher Learning, to represent the Third Supreme Court District. The appointment is for a 9-year term ending May 8th, 2030. You will also find that her background and everything is in order attached to the back. Ms. Hubbard, I believe you're joining us on Zoom?
Yes. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. If you would share with the committee a little bit about yourself.
I am born in Batesville, Mississippi. I attended college at South Panola High School, then attended high school, college at Delta State. Currently reside in Oxford. I'm a CPA. I left public accounting 30 years ago and started my own company 20 years ago, currently located in Holly Springs and in Batesville. My company builds armored vehicles for the cash transit industry. 2 children, both Ole Miss students. One's at the medical center, one's at University of Mississippi in Oxford. Worked with Mississippi State and attended Delta State. So I touch on all the universities to some extent, I think.
Thank you. Can you share a little bit of why you would like to serve on the board?
I just have a heart for education. I think it's so important, and the needs in Mississippi. As a business owner, economic development is important to me also, and I just think they all fit together. And so, if I can touch the life of one person, I'm thrilled. But to have the opportunity to be involved with all these universities is just a tremendous honor for me. And I will definitely be active. I would have been whether I were on this board or not, working toward education at every level for students.
Do I have anyone here that would like to speak on Ms. Cummings' behalf, on Ms. Hubbard's behalf?
I would.
Senator Boyd?
Teresa is very humble about herself, and that's one of the dearest things I like about her. I've known Teresa now probably close to 20 years, and she's an incredible businesswoman. I have watched her establish her company, expand her company. She has a tremendous knowledge about what is needed now as we educate students and what the workforce needs and demands at this point. I think she makes an excellent addition to kind of round out the experiences that are on the College Board. And I think she'll bring a wealth of knowledge to that, and already has, as she's been tackling many issues on the College Board. So I would highly encourage this board, and at the appropriate time, I would like to advise and move to advise and consent.
Thank you, Senator Boyd. Do we have any other questions of the committee? Okay, we've heard a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Adopted. We'll take this into consideration before the full Senate. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Hubbard. Moving to Roy Hal Parker Jr. I believe he's present today. If you would, Mr. Parker, please come and sit with us. Thank you, Mr. Parker, for being here this morning. The position, it's a reappointment for the board, Higher Learning, representing the 1st Congressional District, appointment of Governor Tate Reeves, taking a beginning date of May 18th, 2021 for a 9-year term ending May 8th, 2030. Thank you again, Mr. Parker, for being here with us and for serving on the board. I know that's a large shoes to fill with our Higher Learning, as many opportunities as we have and as we're leading our children and our young adults through the process. What I would like to ask you this morning is tell the committee a little bit about yourself.
I'm a native of Pike County. My parents were both educators and public school educators. Graduated Mississippi State several years ago. Came back to the Jackson metro area and have been involved in several businesses in this area for the last 50 years, I guess. Of course, I currently serve on local bank board as well as the IHL board for the past 10 years.
Again, Mr. Parker, thank you for your service. Does anyone on the committee have any questions? Yes, Senator Boyd.
Mr. Parker, first of all, thank you for serving for these last few years, and thank you for agreeing to serve again. Since you are a reappointment, this is a very friendly question, is what have been some of the greatest challenges for you sitting on this board?
You know, these universities are, they're very complex. And it takes the first few years really to learn the system, or attempting to learn the system, I should say. And, you know, you're dealing with hiring IEOs, you're dealing with the financial side of the universities, which really are the most two important things that we deal with. And those are the things we have to get right and help those universities become stronger.
Any other questions? Senator Hard.
Speak on his behalf at the appropriate time.
Okay, any other questions? If not, we have someone here that would like to speak on your behalf.
Thank you. I appreciate how being willing to serve again. I don't know how they talked you into it again for another 9-year term, but I'm grateful. Mr. Parker has been a really good, steady voice on a board that does deal with a lot of complexities, like he mentioned, not just the universities, the hospital system. He's always been, I believe, a diligent member of the board that's looked out for the best interest of the universities and their mission. And I'm grateful. I mean, he obviously has plenty of things to keep his time, and the fact that he's willing to serve and dedicate so much of his time to the IHL board. I'm grateful, and I look forward for him being there for the full term. Motion, we do advise the consent at the proper time.
I hear a motion. I mean, we've heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? Adopted to go for consideration of the Senate. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us this morning. And we move on to Gregory Charles, which prefers to be called Greg Rader. He is being a new appointee. I believe he is in attendance on a Zoom with us. He is being appointed to the Institute of Higher Learning, representing the 3rd Supreme Court District, appointed by Governor Tate Reeves for a 9-year term, starting May 18, 2021, ending May 8th, 2030. Good morning, Mr. Rader, and thank you for joining us this morning. If you would, coming in as a new appointee, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi. I went to St. Richard's Elementary School. I went to St. Joe High School. And then I attended Mississippi State and graduated with a degree in petroleum engineering. Then I went to work for Occidental Petroleum for 3 years in Houston and wanted to move back to Mississippi to raise my family. Moved back to Mississippi and then got in the recycling business, worked there for 35 years, ended up purchasing over the years and ended up retiring from it, sold it about 6 months ago. And I'm on a bank board. I'm on the YMCA board, and also I'm a member of Rotary. And I have 3 children. One of them went to Mississippi State, 2 of them went to Ole Miss.
Thank you, Mr. Rader. Thank you, sir. Can you tell us a little bit why you want to serve on the board?
The reason why I want to serve on the board because I have a passion for first generational college students. I think that if we can get children from the first generation to graduate, then they'll expect their children to graduate from college. And I think it'll help relieve poverty in the state. My father was a first generation graduate, and he expected all his children to graduate from college, and we all did. And I just think in order for Mississippi to progress the way that we would all like it, I think that we need to get as many first generational graduates as we can.
Thank you, Mr. Rader. Does the committee have any questions? Do we have someone here to speak on Mr. Rader's behalf? Senator Younger.
Bless your heart, Greg. I've known Mr. Rader since 1985. We, first time we met, kind of brings back some bad memories, but we were both pallbearers for a good friend of ours, and she's a sweetheart, Ann Sanders. You remember that, Greg? But I've known Greg for a long time, and I hate to bring that back up, but I just had to mention that because she was such a wonderful girl. But I've known Greg a long time. He's a good man, and he's kind of like me. The best part about him is his wife. Went to school with his wife for a long time at Heritage Academy, where we graduated. Greg is a good thinking businessman. And I believe the reason why he wanted this more than anything is because he's got, how many grandchildren do you have, Greg? Is it 10?
I have 7 and 1 on the way.
Is it? Oh, okay. I thought it was 10, but anyway, I'm sure you'll make it to 10, but I think it would be a miss if we didn't have him on the IHL board. He's a super nice guy. I've never known anybody to speak bad against him. He's good businessman, and he would do a lot for the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Younger. Do I hear a motion? All in favor? Any opposed? Adopted. We'll now move consideration of the full Senate. Next, we have Jeffrey Ward Bertucci, Senior. He is joining us by Zoom or, no, okay. He is a new appointee. He's being appointed to the College Saving Plans of Mississippi, representing the 5th Congressional District, appointed by Governor Tate Reeves for a 5-year term beginning September 15th, 21, ending June 30th, 2026. Do I have anyone here that's going to be speaking on his behalf? Do I have any concerns or questions by the committee? Do I hear a motion?
Advise and consent.
All in favor? Any opposed? Adopted. We'll now move on to consideration of the full Senate. We have a reappointment, Donald Giddy Brown of Vicksburg. He's being appointed to the Board of College Savings Plan, representing the 2nd Congressional District, appointed by Governor Tate Reeves for a 5-year term, beginning July 2021, ending June 30th, 2026. I don't believe he's present. Does the committee have any questions? Anyone speaking on his behalf? Okay. No questions. Do I hear a motion?
Move that we advise and consent.
All in favor? Any opposed? Adopted. Moves for further consideration of the full Senate. We're now to a reappointment, Tyler Norman. Tyler Norman, the Board of Directors for the College Saving Plan for Mississippi, representing the 3rd Congressional District, appointed by Governor Tate Reeves for an unexpired portion of a 5-year term ending June 30th, 2024. Do I have anyone here that will be speaking on his behalf? Any questions of the committee? Do I hear a motion?
Move that we advise and consent.
All in favor? Any opposed? Adopted. Consideration for the full Senate. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Thank you all that came in attendance. We look forward to your service, and thank you again for your service. And do I hear a motion? Thank you.